our US team, and they'll help you to understand, what are in fact, Ivy League universities and how they are different from the normal universities in the US, and what will be the benefits you can gain when you go and study with these, top-notch universities in the USA. Probably what I'll do is I'll start with a few questions, and then ఎవరైనా ఉంటే మీకు కూడా questions అడగచ్చు. Okay, I'll have this question. We have in our panel Ms. Shweta, then Ms. Rekha, and of course one of our good friends, Mr. Jay Surya, who are experts in US. And I'll start with this question. And see, any one of you probably you can start answering this. The question I would like to start is, can I work on a student visa while attending a Tier 1 university in the USA? And what are the admission requirements for Tier 1 universities? Shweta, would you like to take this question?
Yes, sir. Definitely student can work when he's on, the F1 visa. But working on campus is only allowed. Working off campus
Right.
is basically illegal. So student can happily work 20 hours a week on campus. Like it can be either any working in any of the groceries or anything inside the campus or any bakeries, or it can be like graduate assistantship or any sort of this thing, but on campus is only legal.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All right. And the second question, I think probably you can address that also. What are the admission requirements for Tier 1 universities?
For any university, the requirements are almost like similar, but any additional requirements for the Tier 1, like the Ivy League and all, I think Jayasuriya sir can answer this better than me.
All right, why don't you take this question, Jayasuriya garu?
Sure, Andy. Just like what Shweta said, the admission requirements, the hard requirements are pretty much the same. You need a bachelor's degree. If you're talking about master's program, you need a bachelor's degree. If you're talking about undergrad program, you need a high school diploma. So, bachelor's degree, test scores, right? Many of the IVs have waived GRE test scores. If you're talking about Tier 1 universities, we probably have, in the US, we probably have about 25 to 30 universities, out of which IV are probably around 8. So GRE requirement here varies across the board, depending on the course you are applying to. Computer science courses, typically across 9 out of 10 universities require the GRE, but certain schools are waiving computer science GRE requirement, right? If it is any other course apart from like the popular computer science, a master's in engineering management, electrical engineering, apart from these, if you look at mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, and such kind of fields, then GRE is not at all required, right? When it comes to undergrad, then SAT is pretty much required across the board. Obviously, English proficiency tests, everything above 7 is a good place to be in, 7 and above. Yeah, those are some of the hard requirements. Like,
understood.
Yeah.
And how about, I mean, again, common question, because the students are obsessed with, other English tests like the Duolingo.
Right.
Do you suggest students taking a Duolingo for applying to the Ivy League universities or the Tier 1 universities?
No, I would say either IELTS or TOEFL. Duolingo, see, some universities, like for example, CMU and a few other universities are accepting Duolingo while others are not. So the safest would be across the board IELTS or TOEFL.
Or a TOEFL. All right. And how about a PT exam? Sorry.
Even PT is not accepted by all the universities. It is either IELTS or TOEFL, which are
TOEFL. Okay, understood. Understood. Okay. And how about the GPA requirements? What should be the cutoff in the bachelor's? I mean,
the highest importance is actually given to the GPA, or you call it the academic rigor. GPA should be 9 and above if you're looking at Ivy League schools. 9 and above from a reputed university will increase your chances.
Okay.
From a general university, it depends again. If you're going for computer science, then reputation matters. If you're going for regular programs, reputation doesn't matter so much. A little offbeat programs. Yeah, but 9 and above will maximize your chances of getting into these programs.
Okay. So on a scale of 4, it should be 3.6 and above, 3.75 or above.
For us, 9 and above, when you convert it, it is around 3.8 and 4.
3.8 and
for
4.
them, they're pretty much used to Indian scales, so they understand Indian scales. So it need not be converted unless the university is explicitly asking for it. It need not be converted. They understand Indian grading system. So 9 out of 10, 90% above is a good place to be in.
Okay. Fine. So before I go ahead with my set of questions, actually, there are some questions coming up in Q&A box. The first question is, this is from Ravi Shankar. The first question is an admit to top B schools like the Cornell and Kellogg's, is that possible for spring 26? Kindly enlighten about the criteria to get a sure admit. My experience is 3 years after my BBA in 2021. It is an MNC company.
Okay. Should I take the question?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. So, hi Ravi Shankar. See, typically across all the top B schools, either M7 or T10, there are only very few programs that are offering spring 26 admits. I think only Columbia has a spring admit season. Rest don't have. They have fall admits, right? So if at all you want to go for an MBA, it should be fall 26, right? The second thing is, on an average, if you look at all the top MBA programs, an average work experience age is 5 years, right? Within those 5 years also, it's good to have, if you're aiming for the top 10 schools, like Cornell, Kellogg, Booth, Sloan, etc. If you're aiming at those, then having 1 or 2 years of managerial experience within not pure managerial experience, but some sort of leadership work experience, that will help you rather than just going from a basic role. Rather than applying from there, applying for a little leadership experience at your workspace or showing progress in your work, getting to a little more senior roles will increase your chances. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of nuance, especially when it comes to the top 10 programs. Nuance in the sense that there's a lot more complexity that comes when you analyze a profile. There are a lot more things that matter. For example, what is your GMAT score? Right? What is the industry do you belong to? If it is an IT industry, then majority of the applicants come from IT industry. So your chances of getting into your competition is higher from the IT industry, because an MBA schools tries to hire a diverse class, right? They need some from IT industry, they need some from finance industry, they need some from marketing industry, some from accounting, some from liberal arts, some from medicine. Such kind of all these schools target such kind of diversity, right? So IT applicants are a lot. So if at all you're coming from an IT industry, then your chances of getting in will slightly differ. So rather than just looking at T10, also look at T30. Your background is in retail, a top MNC operating in Hyderabad. Yeah, that will help. So getting a GMAT first. So two things matter. One is your work experience, right? At least 4 to 5 years of work experience, and GMAT 700 and above will be a good place to be in, as close to 750 as possible out of 800. There is also the GMAT Focus Edition. There as close to 670 as possible, 670, 680. Or the GRE 325, close to 325. That will make your profile really competitive. 5 years of work experience, 750, 325 will make your profile competitive. There are other things also you can do. but at least this for starters.
Got it. Are you able to access Q&A, Jaisuri Agarwal?
Yeah, I can see his questions. I am able to access it.
Okay, fine.
Would you recommend that I apply for tier 2 once? Depends. I don't have complete idea of your profile, but what do you mean by tier 2? Do you mean see, you can probably still get into, depending on your GMAT score, etc. You can probably still get into top 25 MBA programs. So top 25 is still fine. It's not tier 2. You can aim at tier 1 itself. The others, I don't recommend spending even a rupee on the others. Either aim for the top 20 or don't go abroad. Rather aim for Indian B schools. Other top, I mean, they don't add much value to your profile in terms of your career, etc. If at all you're going for a B school in the US or anywhere, try for the top schools. Or do get an MBA from India itself. That will be my recommendation.
Wonderful.
Jay, Satish here.
Yeah.
Shweta, I think, has got one query recently around 3 days ago. Shweta, can you share that? Somebody querying about Harvard.
Yes, sir. Sir, there is a student who is currently doing his 8th grade, 7th or 8th grade. I'm not little doubtful. Actually, this boy is currently a state level player.
Okay.
Now the father wants him to do medicine.
Okay.
So he wants to take him to like Harvard for a pre-medical school, for pre-medical courses.
Yeah.
But he has a little doubt. Like after spending so much in Harvard, what if he doesn't get into a proper MD medical school?
Yeah.
So is that a waste of money?
Yeah.
Then the other question is, if not, what else? What are the other schools that I could take him to other than Harvard? The next best options that you can suggest.
Yeah.
And one more question he has is like, how can I get a scholarship, a full funding thing from Harvard? In order to get such funding from Harvard, what should my son do? Because he's already a player now. He's got some certificates and everything. So will that be enough, or is there something else that we have to do?
Okay.
Because after spending more than 1 crore in Harvard, and he doesn't get through that pre-med into the medical school, he feels that there's a lot of money which has been wasted. So if he gets that proper scholarship from Harvard, he's okay and ready to take that risk of 4 years.
Right.
If not, their thing is like to get into a medical school in India. Because it would cost almost the same, kada, andukani.
Yeah.
So actually, that parent wanted to talk to you.
Okay.
He wanted to talk to you regarding this. So I'll arrange a meeting on Monday. But now, can you just tell us your opinion on this file, like what to suggest?
Yeah. I mean, it's a tricky thing, doing pre-med in the US and then med school. So by the time they get to write their USMLE, they've already spent 8 years studying, right?
Yes, sir.
And to be honest, pre-med, even if you study in not Harvard, but even a regular college, you need to write MCAT anyways. Right? You have to write MCAT and get into med. So if you study in a regular college, right, gets good scholarship, right? Harvard, getting admitted to Harvard itself is very difficult. Just sports won't cut, because if you're just looking at sports, then the world's best tennis players, badminton players, swimmers, everyone will be applying for Harvard, right? So just sports won't cut. You need to show a lot of academic rigor. So
he's saying that his son has good academics also.
Yeah,
like
even then.
Apart from sports, what else can be added to his resume so that his profile gets suitable?
Pre-med, there's a lot of nuance. Pre-med, the thing is, it's extremely competitive, right?
Okay.
Pre-med, it's more competitive than our own NEET getting into Harvard. right?
Okay.
So apart from sport, apart from academic rigor, he has to show that his involvement, like why he likes biology or why he likes pre-med or why he wants to get into med school. He has to show that kind of commitment. So I would say some experience working for working at a hospital, right?
Okay.
Showing exposure that, hey, this is what I want to do. Everyone is fascinated for being a doctor, but is that something that resonates with them? Right?
Okay.
Build your profile in those areas. Build your profile in biology, in molecular biology, in being part of hospitals, being part of community service, because they look for that kind of community engagement and also pre-exposure to the entire medicine field is what they look for.
Okay.
Good, strong experience there, but still, that would still not might or might not make the cut. We cannot promise anything to
We
them.
cannot
That's
promise
still,
anything.
yeah, it might or might not make the cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And then doing APs, writing AP, math, physics, chemistry, biology, that will, and being top of the class. Even like biology is it's an impacted major in the sense that many people apply for biology majors or molecular biology, pre-med majors.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a highly impacted major. So we shouldn't discourage the student that it's not something they can do, but we have to show extreme academic rigor apart from sports.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Just got it.
What is the right time to start applications for Ivy League universities for fall intake, which is the best intake for Ivy League, spring or fall? So keep this as a general rule of thumb. None of the Ivy League universities offer spring intake, right? Most of them offer only fall intake. Even in spring intake, I think only Columbia has one or two courses that it offers for spring intake. One is definitely the MBA and a few master's programs it offers for spring intake. None of the Ivy Leagues offer spring intake. It's just fall intake. And if you want to apply for fall intake, preparing like getting your GRE course done and starting your application process and all of that, you have to start a year before. That is, fall intake is generally in September. So at least by May, you should start preparing for your GRE, preparing for your IELTS, and getting done with them by August, September. So that by October, you start your application process. You have to wrap up all your applications by November mid to November end. That is when, by applying early, the deadlines are usually in December first week or Jan first week. But by applying early, you'll show interest that you're extra enthusiastic about joining the program. Can I apply for Ivy League while I'm in third year of BTech? No. In a 4-year degree? No. Because they offer admit for their most recent intake. So only in your 4th year you can apply for Ivies. You cannot apply in 3rd year. In 3rd year, you can start working on building your profile for Ivy League schools, like building research experience, building project experience, etc.
Sir, since we are talking about these MBA programs, I just have a question.
Yeah.
There are many students coming up, like, for the fresher MBAs without any
For
prior. Do you
freshers,
suggest anything? Like, does it add any value to their profile?
so for freshers, there is no MBA program abroad. It will be more like MIM or MEM programs, right? Masters in management or masters in engineering management. This is for those people with 0 to 2 years of work experience who want to get into that management field.
Like, there are some universities, not like the tier 1 is not giving. Tier 1 and tier 2, I don't see any universities giving it. But there are few universities which are offering MBA. But what is your opinion on student taking that MBA? Will it really add any value to their resume?
I mean, for a fresher MBA, even in the job market, it is not given value. They won't consider you as an MBA student. They'll just consider you as a fresher with no work experience while you're
So you
applying.
suggest better than spending so much of money on MBA program, better we could suggest them with a master's in management?
MIM program. Yeah.
MIM or an MEM program?
MEM, yes.
Okay. Yes.
Fine. Yesterday, there is one more question connected with the admission requirement. It says, does these universities accept a 3-year degree?
Yeah. So This is for MBA programs, right?
No, any
program.
bachelor's for Ivy League universities. Do
Yeah.
they accept a 3-year degree?
I mean, this is very, very subjective. If, for example, the university is a recognized university, NAC accredited university with all the accreditations there in place. Some universities have the NAC A plus accreditation requirement. So if that accreditation is there, then a 3-year degree is accepted, and that too, you should write an email to the university to. But I've seen in many cases that students with a 3-year degree plus 1 year of PG diploma getting that kind of arrangement being accepted over just like a 3-year degree.
Okay.
Yeah, usually 3 years plus 1 year of PG diploma. Many online universities, offline universities offer 1 year PG diploma programs. So getting 1 year PG diploma will be better than just going ahead and applying with
just with a 3-year degree.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, there is this question: do Tier 1 universities offer financial aid or scholarships?
That is a good question. It depends on profile, depends on program that you want to apply to, depends on the university's policy. If you are looking at US, right now universities are receiving less funding from the government. So getting scholarships and fundings at this point might be difficult. Right. Again, even in this scenario, some students did get scholarships. Now, these are the students who have shown need in terms of like their family income is less than a certain extent. So universities did give scholarships. But this is like 1 out of 10 cases. Usually, Tier 1 universities are not known to give scholarships for competitive programs. Again, for competitive programs like
Oh, you're not audible, Surya garu. Hello? Surya garu, you're not audible. There is some issue with Surya garu's connection.
Can you shoot those other questions, please?
So we are just waiting for Jay Surya Garu got disconnected. So just wait. Yeah. Sir is come back.
Okay, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So the scholarships. See, if you want me to give you a simple black and white answer, then I would say scholarships are difficult. Yeah, scholarships in Tier 1 universities are difficult. It's a simple black and white answer. Again, this is for popular courses. For material science, for industrial engineering, for some courses like that, there might be chances of getting scholarships. Again, profile dependent, very profile dependent.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Like I have a student who has secured admission from College Park for the information systems program.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, she has got 2 more admits. One is from Rochester Institute of Technology and Northeastern University.
Yeah.
Like now we have a big, now she has a big dilemma in terms of the reputation. The reputation of UMD is very good for her. But Rochester Institute is offering her more of the co-op programs. Co-op opportunities in RIT is like very good. And even in the Northeastern. Now this girl has a dilemma which one to go. If you have to suggest her, what would be your take on this particular file?
See, co-op opportunities are tricky in the sense that only if you get a co-op, do you get it. You still need to apply to co-op programs, right? For example, I know in Northeastern University that a lot of people don't get co-ops.
But I have few students in RIT. 2 students have completed their education in RIT. They were telling that the co-op options are very much available.
Okay.
So now I'm in a dilemma whether, like, our initial take was on UMD, Maryland College Park.
Mhm.
But now we have a dilemma whether to take her to RIT because she's more insisting on the co-op opportunities.
Yeah.
So what would be the better option
See,
for her?
if
Like,
you're asking me a question, if you're asking me a question
yes,
between does repetition matter or hands-on work
yes,
experience matter, then
exactly.
obviously matter. Work experience matter.
Sir, I didn't get you.
Hands-on work experience. Yeah,
So you're,
hello.
yes, sir.
Yeah, for me, hands-on work experience matters more than repetition.
So you suggest RIT.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
yeah.
And particularly like when we talk about the administrative B schools like Kellogg and the
Yeah.
Chicago Booth School, is there any guidelines with regard to the profile, like this much of like CGPA or anything is like we
It
put it as a
usually
benchmark?
it's usually
Yes,
work
sir.
experience and
Okay.
at least 700 of GMAT score or 20 of GRE score.
So
At least.
do you suggest which, like GMAT or GRE, which plays a key role? Like taking a GMAT is
Fine.
much better.
Both of them.
Both are equal.
Both are equal. Yeah,
Okay.
both are equal. So those are hard requirements, but then again, it's very nuanced and profile specific. I mean, even if
Okay.
you have 750 GMAT score and even if you have 5 years work experience, based on the industry you're coming from, and few other things, it changes. So we really need to deep dive into the student's profile to really understand their chances of getting into those M7 schools.
Okay. These days, we are often getting like a lot of questions from students who have already got admitted to the top schools. They are asking us to assist in scholarships.
Okay.
Can we help them in that case, sir? Like, can we do something for that, or it's that they have to do their own work?
See, if asking for a help with scholarship essays,
Yeah.
universities ask for,
Okay.
right? So if there are essays, etc., we can help them out.
Okay.
We can help them apply for scholarship essays. Yeah.
Okay. And regarding the latest rule, like now from the last one day, like we are hearing that there are new rules that have come up for the DS 160.
Mhm.
Is that there's any option of like uploading the documents? Is it for the students, sir, or is it for H1 and B1, B2?
I actually have no idea on this. My expertise is not in the visa.
Okay, okay.
My team might know it better.
Oh,
I have no idea on this.
okay. So there's this small confusion, so I thought I'll ask you in this
Yeah.
session. Okay. There's a question here. I completed my master's in Massachusetts, Boston, master's in business analytics,
Okay.
with a grade of 3.1 and no research papers, but scored 6.5 out of 6. What are my chances for PhD in USA? My work experience is into business analytics for more than 5 years. This is regarding PhD, sir.
See, without research experience, it is difficult to get into PhD.
Okay.
Without evidence of research experience, right? If you have done like a thesis in your business analytics course, which is rare, usually business analytics is a more of a business program, professional program than a thesis or a research program. So without research, it's difficult. Yeah, it's a course based. That's right. So without thesis experience with research experience, it's difficult to get a program. Again, what area do you want? Every PhD, right? It's like a job application, right? I am a PhD professor. I'll be looking at, okay, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, if I'm a PhD professor, I'll be working on certain research topics. So how will you help me with that research? What is your experience in that area? Why do you like this particular area? So so you need to identify your research focus, like broadly, what is the area you want to do PhD in, right? And then within that, what are good research topics do you want to work on? Also getting some sort of, if not, university affiliated research done, at least, tying up with the research scholars programs that are now being offered in institutions. So getting some sort of research experience, publication there, and build your profile so that you can show professors that you are a oriented person is what will strengthen your profile. Your research proposal will help you, but you need to build research experience also. Yeah, you can. Yeah. So that's one question, Jeevan. And then I think there was one question from Gautami. Hello. Is there a difference if I apply to the university without GRE score for pharmacy programs? So the problem with US is the GRE requirement across universities is varying these days. Previously, all universities required GRE. Now, most of the universities are either requiring it or recommending it. Some universities have made it not. So it really depends. Really depends. I mean, even without a GRE score, if your GPA is high, you can get into pharmacy courses, pharmacy programs. And because pharmacy is not a super competitive master's degree, you can still not write GRE and get into good pharmacy programs.
Now there's another question, sir. Can I bring dependents on a student visa? I mean to say, as a student, can I bring a dependent to USA?
I think you can answer that question.
Yes. Yes, Sujesh, definitely. We can definitely bring our dependents to USA, or that is on an F2 visa. Okay, but the only thing is like the dependent cannot work while they are in US. But another thing is like if they want to study, they can complete the study on a part-time basis, but not a full-time student. I think that is the clear answer.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, there is one more question, Shweta. I think you can take this.
Yes.
I have done my BTech in 2017 and then I joined Infosys and worked until 2023. After that, I took time to prepare for civil services and now I want to apply for a master's. Will my profile work?
2017 to 2023. Of course, there is a huge gap. You can explain the gap, the reason for the gap in the SOP. But but here the major problem is not with the admission, because universities just to accept gaps if the justification is proper. But the real task is with the US Embassy. The gap justification, that is little tricky part when you're going for the visa. So much of gap, it can be little 50-50 chances in terms of the visa with the current scenarios, whatever is going on. Yes.
Okay. Zinat, I think your question is answered. Anything is there, you can just type in. There is one more question from Irfan.
But it's not that we cannot apply, but yes, you can definitely give a try because there are students who got their visas also, but it's little tricky. That is
right. There is a question how to apply for need-based scholarships. Can we get the scholarships before arriving in the USA?
Yeah. So okay, good scholarships. See, many universities offer scholarships. Again, depending on program. For example, Tier 1 universities that offer scholarship. They let you fill in CSS profile and give you scholarships. Stanford offers very good scholarships, Knight Hennessy program and a few others where you get your complete tuition fees waived. Again, this is very dependent on the student's profile. Right? In Tier 2, in Tier 1, there are a few other Tier 2 universities. I think some programs like University of Texas Dallas offers in-state tuition fee scholarship. University of Cincinnati offers scholarships. Now, in fact, University of Cincinnati offers very good scholarships. You can finish your master's education within 10 to 15 lakhs. And yeah, there are few like RIT offers scholarship, Stevens offers scholarship, but it's not like they then discount. So there are programs like that. Yeah. So like I said, depending scholarships is a very tricky business. It's not that I haven't helped students get scholarships. Since I help students get scholarships, I know that it's tricky. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it will be more, you mean to say it will be more kind of case to case and
Case
how
to
sooner
case.
you apply for it.
Yeah, case to case, program to program dependent. Like the
Oh,
same university might offer scholarships for material science students, but not offer scholarships for computer science students.
got it. Got it. Fine. There is a question. It says, I can probably Shweta, you can also take this. Hi, sir. Completed BDS and want to do MDS. Any entrance exam required and GRE needed?
GRE is not needed, but you will require NBD exam for doing your dental related courses in USA. GRE is not required, but you'll be doing NBD examination.
Okay. Any
Sir,
other exams that
Jason,
would
here
be
I have
required?
a question.
Hmm.
Like we have many BDS students coming for for a master's program in USA. Either
Yeah.
we are referring them masters in public health or health administration or health informatics.
Yeah.
Are there any courses like oral biology or anything that we could refer them that will really help them in these theoretical courses that can help them into later in working and converting into a work visa or something like that? Is there any possibility like that where they can at least get into the research side and the oral biology or pathology?
Yeah, I mean, to be very
Yes, sir.
honest, experience in that is very limited.
Okay.
There are, when I was working for one student on similar lines, I've identified some programs that are, this is for Canada. There
Okay.
were a few courses that were offering courses in oral biology, pathology, etc., STEM-based courses.
Yes.
And
I've identified one program in Rutgers with
yeah.
biomedical with oral dental something.
Yeah.
I don't
No, that,
remember the exact name, but are there like these sort of
see,
courses will help them to settle down in their respective fields? That is what.
I mean, if you look at it, first, number one, it needs to be STEM designated. So since it's a biology program, it is STEM designated. Number, so that will give you 3 years of OPT. Number two is, will a hospital or a practice that will let them will sponsor them the H1 visa. So that is key. Because there are so I mean, dental is a popular thing. Being a dentist is a popular thing, at least currently. So there are so many. I am assuming that there'll already be internal competition where international students' requirement is not there, right?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
So if a hospital or a private practice they want or a dental clinic, will they be okay to pay for the H1B sponsorship or not? Will be the big question. Right, the
Okay.
$6,000, $8,000, will they be willing to sponsor an international student is a big question.
Okay.
Yeah, such kind of nuanced advice, unless we know someone who has been there and done that,
Okay.
to give them confidence to know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
There is a question again, connected with dependents. Shweta mentioned that dependents cannot work while they are on F2. But any possibility they can study on F2?
Yes, sir. They can study, but not on full time. They can do part-time study. Yes, they can.
Okay.
If they want to study full time, then they have to convert their visa to F1.
Convert their
And
visa.
yes, yes. They can do it onshore while staying there. They can apply for that conversion. Yeah.
So you want to say they can do short-term courses, maybe 3 months, something like that?
That is what they can do, some not full-time, part-time courses they can do. Yeah.
Acha. Okay. Okay. Fine. There is one more question, I think. This is interesting. What happens if I overstay my student visa in the USA? So you want, Jayasuriya garu would like to take this.
I think questions able to handle later.
Normally, you
But
can never
generally,
overstay because
yeah.
no, that can result in your deportation, and it will even affect if you try, or you will be banned even entering into USA. So depending on the length of the overstay, yes, you can even be banned. So we advise you not to overstay in US.
Okay.
Yeah, and even now, like these days, I think the current Trump administration is all about weeding out all these cases where people are overstaying, etc. So I think at least the next 4 years it will be risky to do such things. Unless there's a structural change. We have one question, Mahesh. I read an article that said, okay, 30% of Harvard graduates are jobless in USA. What is the fate of people who are moving to US in 2025, considering top colleges? These studies are coming. These studies are very short-term oriented studies. Usually, immediate, like yes, of course, compared to previous years, the number of jobs that people got from Harvard this year has decreased significantly. At least 20% drop is there for the MBA programs. That's most likely because there's a lot of competition with less jobs available for MBA graduates. See, MBA graduates are paid a lot. When you're waiting from a Harvard MBA, you at least expect $250,000 more of salaries. And when the economy is contracting in the US, obviously you would not want to spend so much on Harvard or other MBAs, where the same MBA students you're getting from other colleges at a cheaper price, right? You want to do cost cutting. So it's a cyclical thing. In 2025, I cannot predict future, because if you go for 2025, you'll graduate in 2027. By 2027, things might get better, right? So it's difficult to predict future, but I mean, trust me, if you are someone who can crank a Harvard headmint, recession will just probably delay you getting a job. Considering your talents and skills, no one can deny you a job for long. So be a deal for maybe 3 to 6 months, but no one can deny you. You have the skill to get in Harvard in the first place.
Rekha, you there?
Yes, sir.
There are a couple of questions for you. I think you can answer them. See, there is this question: how do I find internships as an international student?
Pardon me.
How do I find internships as an international student?
Shweta, can you answer this?
Yes, ma'am. See, there are many, like once you get into your college, you can reach your international student service, like you call the DSO. No, there are many websites which are available where you can apply for the internships, or you can, like I said, you can take the help of your seniors or go approach your DSO. They'll help you with all the, websites and everything where you can apply. This is how you normally, try. Most of the internships are all you apply online only.
Okay.
Yeah. Is
Fine.
there any other options, Jay Garu, regarding this one? for internships?
Yeah. In internships, yeah. I mean, summer internships are something that are open across, although few, they are open across different websites. LinkedIn is a great source to apply for summer internships. There are other internship specific websites in which you can apply.
So
And
student can
taking help
even
from
approach the DSO, they can also guide students with some,
they have their own services.
yeah, career centers, then they can approach.
They can approach them.
Yeah.
Application.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. Fine. Again, a couple of questions related with CPT and OPT. Somebody is asking, what is CPT, what is OPT, and how does it work? Rekha would like to take it.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I was not little well. Yeah. So CPT basically it's a part of master's program. When students join for master's, like maybe after 3 months or so, they can be part of a CPT. They need to approach the department or department supervisor. So CPT can be from 6 to 11 months, which is called curriculum practice training. And OPT is something like after completing the master's, student can work under OPT, which is optional practice training. And like if it is non-STEM program, then the OPT duration will be for 12 months. And in case if it is master program is STEM designated, then the OPT duration can be extended. They can apply for extension for another 24 months. Like if it is a STEM designated course, then it is 3 years OPT. And if it is non-STEM designated course, then it is 12 months OPT.
Okay. Fine. This is something interesting. I think somebody is asking, how are the classes structured in the USA? Either of you can answer this.
I'm sorry. What I didn't
Yeah.
understand what you mean by the how a class is structured.
Yes.
I mean, okay. Let me give you a broad answer. Maybe some part of it will answer what you're asking for. So in the US,
Sure.
typically semester-wise or term-wise, some have quarter-wise classes. So semester is typically 6 months, 6 months. Term is three months. Or quarter is like term is fall term, spring term, summer term, so 3 terms in 1 year, and quarter is 4 terms in 1 year. So it really depends on the university, the program, on how the structures. Most common to see is semester. So you are expected to finish 8 to 10 to 12 courses, depending upon the program. Some 1 year programs just have 8 courses. Some programs have 10 courses, some programs have 12 courses that you need to finish in the span, right? The one good thing about US is you can either per semester, there is a minimum number of courses you need to register. So for most universities per term or semester, it will be at least one course that you need to register for. But typically you can take 2, 3, or 4 courses. You can choose to, let's say you have to finish 10 courses for your master's degree, and typically the time period is 2 years, right? Finish your master's degree. You can choose to finish that master's degree in 1.5 years, take all the 10 courses in 3 terms, finish them up, and graduate. Or up to 2 years. So you can pace there. Many 24, they don't stick around for more time. All 24 months programs, most of them 16 months.
Okay.
They save up on living expenses, etc. Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I did I answer the question? This is typically how the structure in the US is.
All right. Okay.
And it is pretty much relaxed. Like even if you have three classes per term,
Mhm.
per week you'll only have one class, right? 1 hour.
Okay.
So usually every day, like you basically have three classes per week to take up for those three classes. Taking up
Okay.
three.
Okay.
So the time you're pretty much free.
There is nothing like, number of hours to be studied per week.
Yeah. It's not like 9 to that we have here.
Right. See, but in few countries,
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Along with your part time, you have to study for at least 20 hours per week. Is there any such rule in US also?
No, there's no rule.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Fine. Now I think there are 3-4 questions pertaining with PhD. I think you will be able to answer it better.
Yeah.
The first question goes something like this: what are the funding opportunities for PhD programs?
So it really, I mean, PhD programs are typically fully funded programs. You
Okay.
don't have to pay anything from your pocket except for health insurance and stuff like that, like $5,000, $6,000 per year. But usually they are fully programs.
Okay.
If the professor is another thing about PhD, there's also majority of universities offer a exit point in PhD. Let's say you decide after 2 years that you don't want to pursue a PhD, you can graduate with a master's degree.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so there is that exit option for PhD,
Okay.
and you are paid your course fee. So many PhD students, if they don't have a master's degree, many PhD students end up taking coursework as well, where course fee is pretty much waived, and they're also given stipend. It's not a lot, but that will be sufficient for your living expenses.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
but then
typically
identifying the
they
right
will.
professor, the right department, that is where the trick is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, what could be the difference between Masters by Research and a PhD program?
There's a lot of difference. PhD is a 4-year program where, so in a master's thesis program, you work on thesis for 6 months, maybe one semester. But PhD is throughout the work. Every year you are pro your thesis. You have milestones to cover. You have research to. You have a lot of tasks assigned to you by your PhD professor.
And
You
I think
discuss
they
with them.
have to at least make 3 publications by the end of,
Publications
by the end of
yeah,
PhD.
that's correct.
Right.
So there is a question from Irfan Syed. Like the student completed his UG in BCom Computers in India and MS in IT in Paris, and then has done MBA in Edinburgh, Napier University in UK.
Yeah.
And he's now working in UK since 2020 as a manager.
Yeah.
Now he wants to apply for masters in USA. Which program he can apply? Can he apply for Ivy League universities, and does he need IELTS, or he can get a waiver?
So an MBA in UK and living in UK for 5 IELTS is generally, you don't have to write IELTS. I don't think visa wise also it's suggested to go to the US. Typically, I've seen many cases where people who have already an MS, already an MBA with a lot of work experience, a lot of gap between their last degree to now, typically getting their visa rejected. Right. I wouldn't like, unless you're unhappy with where you are with your job, etc. Just for the tag of Ivy League, I wouldn't suggest making that shift, right? But if at all, like if you want to make it a shift, then MBA will probably be a good fit, because an MS program won't make sense for you anyways. You have an MBA, so downgrading from there will not make sense so much. I don't know which job you're working, would probably make a little bit of sense, but you again have an MBA already, so be ready to get questions. So finishing the whole process as well. When the officer asks you a question about, you already have all these degrees, why do you want another degree? It's a difficult question to sort of address.
And there is a question from Abhimanyu Singh Thakur.
Yeah.
What is the best college between Wharton, Booth, and Stern for MBA Finance?
Yeah. So if you go by this year's statistics, Wharton placed Wharton placed students across finance the maximum between all three. That said, you're really comparing, Sachin to Kohli to probably Rohit Sharma or someone like that. All of them are good in their own ways, right? In their own way. Booth has a phenomenal financial engineering department, which is ranked top 5 in the world. Quantitative department. Stern is also good, well known. It's also in New York. And Wharton is the best MBA school in the world. So you're not really going wrong if you get into any of those three in terms of finance, right? But I can see here that you want to switch to financial engineering, right? So typical MBA is not very finance rigorous. Financial engineering is, as you know, is a very quantitative program. So looking at quantitative finance programs at Booth, like I said, has a phenomenal financial engineering program. There is Booth, there is Columbia, there is Baruch, which have very, very good quantitative finance or financial engineering programs. So if at all you're focused on financial engineering, quant programs, then a specialized master's degree like that offered Baruch instead of an MBA finance will probably make more sense. MBA finance is still much more broad, whereas financial engineering is like a deep specialization, right? So if you want to specialize and get roles in financial engineering, then going for a quantitative finance degree is more suggested here.
Hi, sir. What is the scope of working opportunities after completion of masters in USA? This is really tough right now to answer. Sindhuja, the work opportunities, if you ask that question, it is really tricky in now, whatever the scenarios that are happening. But master's degree alone will not be enough for a student to secure a job. If he's not, suppose if a student is having an experience, yes, it will be a little easier for him. But for a fresher, he should add some other, added, to say certifications or anything. So he has to follow the market trends and he has to do some extra certifications or some courses where he could, cope up with the present competition. And they should keep applying for the jobs. That is what we can say right now. So your opinion on this one, sir? Jay, sir?
Yeah, on something on similar lines. But I think the broader question here is US even suggestible for jobs or master's degree right now? I think that is the broader question.
Yes.
Yeah. There is no simple answer to this, that I'll tell you.
Yes, sir.
If you're asking for simple answer,
Like we can say we are hearing like two
we don't
different
have
things.
any.
We are seeing freshers getting opportunities and we are seeing people with more experience are still not having the job on hand.
See,
So we are seeing
I
both the
really,
sides.
yeah, one thing that's true. Thing that I really see, working for students is networking, attending career fairs, job fairs, uh, trying through multiple means, not just, sticking to one website or just sitting at home and doing 50, 70, 100 applications a day, right?
Yes.
For many people are still managing to get jobs. They're either very laser focused on, the certain skills that they want to apply to, certain roles that they want to apply to, and networking and skilling up and learning the language, learning the jargon of the industry in that very focused manner and going there. Such kind of students are getting jobs. People who are very focused and know what kind of roles they want to. So people who have done good research of the job roles, the skills, certifications that is required, etc., and are pretty laser focused, right? Those are the people applying through multiple, not just like, online applications, but also attending career fairs across, attending conferences across, right? And also even while applying. So one big thing that So something that I did during my applications was, apart from applying online, I was looking at companies where my seniors are there, who are the companies that are hiring, right, where my seniors from college are there. LinkedIn usually easily filters this up. So I just, sometimes I used to go to their office and sort of meet the senior and ask them a job shadowing opportunity. Job shadow is something where you go around and see the office is, what the work is like, etc. So going that extra mile, you're applying, but you're going that extra mile and showing up your, it shows that you're interested in the job, right? Another thing, searching about the company. Many people end up getting interviews, but they don't end up cracking the interviews. Researching about the company, right? Researching, I mean, asking the person who's interviewing you more questions rather than them just asking you questions. You can also ask questions back to them. So all those things, all these subtle things also make impact in job search. So there is no straightforward answer to this, but it is very person dependent, getting job in the US. There's another question. How long does it typically take to complete a PhD? 4 to 6 years. 4 to 6 years is the time uh, that PhD. There are people, in fact, who have completed PhD in 3.5 also. But then that's like super smart people. But 4 to 6 is typically the time it takes.
హాయ్ జై ఐ హ్యావ్ ఎ క్వశ్చన్ అండి.
Yeah,
ఫ్రమ్ లాంగ్ టైమ్ నాకు ఈ క్వశ్చన్ అలా ఉండిపోయింది, మన వాళ్ళు ఎవరు చెప్పలేదు, మీరే చెప్పాలి.
sure.
వాట్ ఈజ్ ఏపీ ఎగ్జామ్స్? ఏపీ ఎగ్జామ్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, అది ఎలా యూస్ఫుల్ అవుతుంది ఫర్ బ్యాచిలర్స్కి వెళ్ళే పిల్లలకి?
Yeah. So
ఇస్ ఇట్ వర్తి ఆర్ కాదు?
Yeah. So AP is advanced placements. So AP exam is actually, if you look at the syllabus of the, so AP earn college credit, right? So what happens is, let's say there is AP calculus that you pursue. It is offered to many students, high school students. If you write AP calculus, uh, in college, you don't have to pursue the calculus course.
ఓకే.
Because so it waives off your calculus requirement in college, right? But that is the technical aspect of it. But why is AP important? AP is important to show academic rigor. If you're completing AP calculus, before you even enter college, it shows that you're college ready. Because for US, in any course, academic rigor is the most important for them. uh, the government sort of ranks them, gives them certifications based on how many people, what is the percentage of people who have passed the course, right? And they want to keep it 99%. Retain their rankings, to retain their standing, etc. So for them, they'll only admit people who show the potential to finish up the course successfully and out of the university, right? So when you're doing AP, which is college level course already, it shows that you are ready to take up such advanced courses even before you begin college, right? So that's the point of having AP exams, it's called advanced placement exams, right?
Okay.
Now, this is typically given by students who are, high achievers, like students who are doing extremely well in their high school. They do AP exams so that they can show, especially those who want to get into the Ivy Leagues and the top 10, 15 universities, to showcase that they are extremely academically rigorous, right? And it's also done by international students from CDSE, ICSE syllabus, which is not very well known by Americans. So for them, it will sort of, by finishing AP, sort of show them also able to finish up this course. So, it increases their standing. And I would say, like, by the day, number of applications to these top programs are increasing. Year on year, they're just on the rise, exponentially increasing. So writing AP, last year I was suggesting people not to take AP, it's useless. This year I'm saying take AP as many as possible. Just by going by the number of people applying to, all these US universities. They're increasing it year on year. So even in such a recession time, you wouldn't believe that for undergrad colleges, the applications have increased by 25. Yeah.
సో
Sir,
ఎన్ని పేపర్స్ చేయాలని సజెస్ట్ చేస్తారు మీరు?
So there are multiple, like AP has multiple subjects. AP has calculus AB, calculus BC, physics, chemistry, biology, American history, geography, psychology, microeconomics, macroeconomics. So multiple things like that, right? So it really depends on what program you are applying to. Let's say someone was talking about pre-med just now. So writing AP biology along with that, writing AP maths, physics, chemistry would make sense because it shows academic rigor. So the toughest AP subjects are calculus, AB, BC, right? Physics and chemistry and biology.
సార్ మాక్సిమం ఈ ఏపీ ఎగ్జామ్ రాస్తే మాక్సిమం ఎన్ని క్రెడిట్స్ వేవ్ చేస్తారు సార్? లైక్ ఇస్ దేర్ ఎనీ లిమిట్ ఫర్ లైక్ నో మనం
I
ఇప్పుడు
think each, I think, yeah, I'm not sure exactly of the technical stuff. That is also again, independent.
because one of
Usually
my
first year,
student, he was planning to write AP exam. He got admission in South Florida with all full funding
yeah,
for the bachelor's program. So the
yeah.
student parent has written a email to the university saying that like my son has got the admission. Now we are planning to take AP examination. So what is the total number of credits that can be waived? University straight ahead said maximum of 10 credits, but if you try writing AP and submitting that credits to us, then we have to cancel your admission and scholarship. Then you have to reprocess again.
గాడ్,
Yeah.
Yes, మీ ఫ్రెండ్
అవునా?
వాళ్ళ అబ్బాయికే
అవునా?
వచ్చింది సార్ మెయిల్.
అవునా, అలా వచ్చిందా మెయిల్?
Yes.
సరిపోయింది.
They wanted more scholarship actually. And now also he is going to pay some $4,000 per year. So looking for more scholarship, the parent has written an email, then the university has responded him like this.
ఓకే,
So
అంటే
APs are usually considered.
సారీ,
okay, maybe
APs are
because of
usually taken in factor during the admission time.
okay, maybe ఇది ఈ
Not
కేసులోనే ఆల్రెడీ అడ్మిషన్ అండ్ స్కాలర్షిప్ ఇష్యూ అయింది కాబట్టి ఇంకా దే
Yeah.
డెంట్ వాంట్ టు, అండ్ బికాస్ 10 క్రెడిట్స్ అంటే మళ్ళీ అగైన్ దే హ్యావ్ టు రెడ్యూస్. ఐ థాట్ దట్ మైట్ బి ద రీజన్.
కరెక్ట్ కరెక్ట్. సి ఇప్పుడు అలాంటప్పుడు జై, మనం ఆ క్రెడిట్స్ ని తీసుకొని వేరే సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ని యాడ్ చేసుకోవచ్చా? లైక్ ఎన్ బిజినెస్ కోర్సెస్ లైక్?
No, because undergrad people have so in undergrad, first year is common. They have a structured coursework. Second year, they can take electives and all of that.
Okay.
So first year is pretty much just like us, how it is here. The common first year. So they have to stick to the.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
But there even in first university still offer options.
Okay.
Again, case to case basis, Sunday.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So this exam is basically for the students who wants to apply for bachelor's and want to improve their chances of admission into the top university. Like
Yeah.
in case student is aiming only for tier 1 university, this exam
Makes sense.
will benefit them. Like how about like a tier 2 university also this exam will somewhere benefit them or
I
improve
mean,
their
it
profile
increases their
for
chances. It increases their standing. It might, increase. It might help them get scholarships in tier 2
okay.
universities. Will
Okay.
feel. So if you're a good student, extraordinary student, a tier 2 might get a full scholarship.
And one more question, and Jay, once finishes in bachelor's, అతనికి ఓపీటీ వస్తుంది కదా, ఓపీటీ, రైట్?
Yeah.
అతను ఓపీటీ యూస్ చేసుకొని మళ్ళీ మాస్టర్స్ చేసి మళ్ళీ ఓపీటీ తెచ్చుకోవచ్చా?
So this is
ఓన్లీ ఓపీటీ ఒక సైడే ఉంటుందా, 2 times ఉంటుందా?
You can do twice. Let's say if there is a change in your stream. If you're doing an MSCS and then you're doing an MBA, then you can get OPT twice.
No. I am asking
Sorry.
for a
Yeah.
bachelor to MS.
Yeah. Even bachelor's to stream change. Let's say I'm doing bachelor's industrial engineering, master's environment. Then I believe I end my OPT for the second time. If it is the same stream, then I believe you cannot extend. How much ever time you use in the first OPT, from there you end up continuing over the second thing.
So
Let's say you
bachelor
did 1.5 year of work experience. You have 3 years of OPT. You did bachelor's in computer science. You did 1.5 year of work, and then you applied for masters. Then
master
your
in
OPT
computer
starts
science?
from 1.5 year onwards.
Oh.
If it is masters in computer science itself.
Stream మారితే you can get another 3 years.
Yeah.
స్ట్రీమ్ మారడానికి ఏముంటాయి? మళ్ళీ ఎంబీఏకి వెళ్తే ఎంబీఏలో మీరు స్టెమ్ కాదు కదా.
అలా కాదు సార్. ఇప్పుడు ఒక
All
బ్యాచిలర్స్
MBAs
సార్ జై సార్, ఇఫ్ ఐమ్ నాట్ రాంగ్, ఒక బ్యాచిలర్స్ డిగ్రీ చేసి ఓపీటీ యూజ్ చేసుకొని ఇంకో సేమ్ లెవెల్ డిగ్రీకి అయితే మీరు ఓపీటీ రాదు సార్. బ్యాచిలర్స్ లెవెల్లో ఓపీటీ అప్లై చేసుకొని మాస్టర్స్ లెవెల్లోకి మళ్ళీ వెళ్ళి అప్లై చేసుకోవచ్చు.
మరి 3 వస్తుందా?
వస్తుంది సార్, ఓపీటీ వస్తుంది, మీకు అప్లై అవుతుంది.
Yes. Yeah,
కానీ
for the
సేమ్
same course
లెవెల్
also.
సేమ్ లెవెల్లో రాదు. మాస్టర్స్ ఒకసారి ఓపీటీ యూజ్ చేసుకొని ఇంకొక మాస్టర్స్ కి మళ్ళీ ఓపీటీ రాదు. It should be
Okay.
bachelor's and master's. To different levels, yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. So my visa knowledge is a little weak, evidently.
Yes.
I'm not
Sir,
I'm not
our
there.
admission knowledge with Ivy League is little lesser only. It's understand. Will do.
Yeah, after bachelor they get 3 years OPT and then they can enroll for masters, and again after completing masters they get another 3 years OPT.
Okay.
That's the format actually.
Thank you. ఇంకా శ్వేత, ఇంకేమైనా ఉన్నాయా
I
క్వశ్చన్స్?
think all the questions are done.
దన్నా? ఓకే.
Raghuram sir, ఏది?
రఘు
లేరు ఆయన. Jay sir, thank you so much for taking your time for us.
Thank you
It's
very much.
really a very good informative session for all our employees and students as well.
No, absolutely. It's a pleasure.
Please don't bother. We will keep bothering you.
No problem.
Please help us with this thing.
No problem. Absolutely. No problem.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
University
everybody.
session. Next time university students questions పెడతాం. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Raghu.
I think there was some audio issue.
Okay.
I know, but I didn't respond back. Yeah, Surya Garu, thank you if you are there. Thanks for this informative session. We'll keep connecting again.
Sure.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Jai.
sir.
Thanks, Jai. Thank you.
And all the best to all the people who are in the call. And if there are any students, we would recommend, keep in touch with our team, and we'll be able to help you and guide you to get into proper universities in the US. All the best, and let's connect again in a different session.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Raghu. Thank you, Raghu. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. You take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.